let's play together. Come love and be loved. From the blissed out to the turned out, from the pampered to the abused, this door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. The God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you. If there's some kind of trouble or pain you're going through, know that you are not alone and someone cares for you. As an individualization of divine point of view, this door is open to you. This door is open. This door right here, this door is open to you. Is open for you. This door is open to you. This door is open. I'm talking about this door. This door is open. I said this door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. The God in you. Whether you're black or white or gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you.
Good morning. Welcome to Unity of Melbourne, a positive path for spiritual living. I want to affirm that something good, something wonderful is going to happen to you today because you decided to come and celebrate the God of your understanding. Sunshine, your eyes, dewdrops, fireflies. I'm so grateful I'm alive. 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 Yeah. Your voice, waterfall, thrush song, coyote call. Oh yeah, I'm so grateful I'm alive. 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 Yeah, your hug, sweet kiss, holding hands in blind bliss. Yeah, I'm so grateful I'm alive. 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 Yeah, the shadows I've concealed endeavor to reveal another part of me, embracing all that I foresee. Yeah, yeah. Cut grass, jasmine bloom, honeysuckle in your room. Oh yeah, I'm so grateful I'm alive. 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 Oh yeah, I'm so grateful I'm alive. I'm so grateful. Oh yeah, I'm so
Good morning, everyone. My name is Reverend Maggie Alderman, and it is my pleasure and honor to be serving as your guest speaker and minister in-house today. And we are, yay! And we're grateful to be alive and grateful for this fantastic music team, and we're grateful that we are on time. Yay! So in that spirit of gratitude, I want to invite you all to take a moment and let's center in prayer. Let's take a deep breath. And feeling that evidence of gratitude flowing through your veins, our blood is pumping and our hearts are beating and our lungs are breathing in and out, all without our necessary participation or permission. I invite you to allow that to serve as evidence of the one presence and one power that is active in the universe, in your lives and in your body, God the good. And we enter into this month of November, the month of gratitude, affirming that we are wide open, allowing the recognition to precede every instance and conversation and connection and circumstance. We know that God is in this, and we are grateful. We are wide open, and we are grateful, and as we give, so do we receive, so we give generously. And we lay before the feet of the universe this great expectation to receive abundantly all, not some, all of the greatest good that is our birthright. To be in this space on this day affirming truth with each one of you, I am grateful. For those of you joining us online and a part of our virtual community, we are grateful for your presence. And so in the overflow, we go and move and have our being in what we are called to do, and we do it with joy, love, ease, and grace. And through the name and the nature of the indwelling Christ, we pray this as truth. And so it is. Amen.
She said it all. Bye. Good morning and welcome to Unity of Melbourne. My name is Randy Fillmore. I am one of the licensed Unity teachers here at Unity of Melbourne, and I am so honored and pleased to serve as your platform host today. And I say your platform host because you're here, and without you, I wouldn't have a job. So thank you. Thank you for being here today, and thank you, all of you who are watching us virtually online. We certainly invite you to check in with us on our social media page, whether it be Facebook or YouTube. Let us know where you are joining us from, and we want to recognize you and bless your presence here. Do we have anyone in the sanctuary who is joining us for the first time? We have a couple people. Thank you so much. Did you get a little bag? You have to show it to me. Yes, thank you. Okay, you have the bag. You have your parting gift. And for those of you who are joining us virtually, we'd be more than pleased and honored to send you a postcard that we have that I'm going to get into next. Thank you, Joseph, for posting that. Because Unity of Melbourne does not have a vision and mission statement. What we have is a why. Why we exist. Why is Unity of Melbourne so special that it fills up half of the seats in the sanctuary? I can't say that we're going to fill up half of the virtual universe with people watching, but we can still affirm that. Our why we exist is we love and accept ourselves and others and heal our world. That's a pretty tall order. But if it starts with us, then it's not insurmountable. We can do this. And how we do this is by putting voice into our why. So I'm going to ask you to join me right now as we affirm together, we love and accept ourselves and others and heal our world. And we'll talk about the hows and the whats we do to manifest that later on in the service. Let's go ahead and bless all of the children who are now crashing from that sugar high from Thursday because they are just starting to wake up and realize that, ooh, they had an extra hour of sleep today. Maybe they recognize it. But we're going to go ahead and bless our children with our blessing offering. So together we say, children, we love you. We bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ you are. Our daily word today is seasons. The affirmation that I will invite you to repeat with me later on is, throughout the seasons of life, my Christ light shines brightly. The scripture is based on Genesis chapter 1, verse 14. And God said, let there be lights in the dome of the sky to separate the day from the night. And let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. When winter follows the autumn harvest and the sun's light grows weaker, what may resemble barren land is actually a time of rest, a preparation for the new cycles of the seasons. The sun's light and warmth change in ways that perfectly suit each season. My life, like the planet Earth, moves through seasons, the awakening of wonder in childhood, exciting and sometimes stormy growth during adolescence and early adulthood, the achievements of my middle years, and the fulfillment that maturity can bring. The Christ presence, the divine light that is within me, is my unfailing source of strength, of understanding, and comfort in every season of life. Our affirmation again is, throughout the seasons of life, my Christ light shines brightly. Would you please affirm that with me right now? Throughout the seasons of life, my Christ light shines brightly. And now I invite Juan to come up and read today's daily word in Spanish.
Muy buenos días. ¿Cómo están? Magnífico. Saludos a las personas que nos ven en línea. En cada etapa de mi vida, mi luz crística resplandece con intensidad. Y la palabra de hoy es estaciones. Cuando el invierno sigue a la cosecha de otoño y la luz del sol se debilita, lo que puede parecer tierra árida, en realidad es un tiempo de descanso, una preparación para un nuevo ciclo de estaciones. La luz y el calor del sol se ajustan perfectamente a cada estación del año. Mi vida, al igual que el planeta Tierra, atraviesa estaciones. El asombro en la niñez, el emocionante y a veces tormentoso crecimiento en la adolescencia y la adultez, los logros de la mediana edad y la plenitud de la madurez. La presencia de Cristo, la luz divina en mí, es mi fuente inagotable de fortaleza, comprensión y consuelo en cada etapa de mi vida. Abrazo con gratitud los cambios de las estaciones. Luego dijo Dios, que haya lumbreras en la bóveda celeste para que separen el día de la noche y sirvan de señales para las estaciones, los días y los años. Génesis capítulo 1, versículo 14. Amén.
Now we'll prepare for a time of meditation. give, what is mine to do. All I want is to share myself with you. So I stand here asking, what can I do? What is mine to give? I give it to you. What is mine to give? What is mine to do? All I want is to share myself with you. So I stand here asking, what can I do? What is mine to give? I'll give it to you. What is mine to give? What is mine to do? All I want is to share myself with you. So I stand here asking, what can I do? What is mine to give? I'll give it to you. So I stand here asking, what can I do? What is mine to give? I give it to you.
So let us prepare for meditation, holding in mind that statement, what is mine to give, I give it to you. I invite you to take a deep breath. Shrug your shoulders, roll your neck, settle your seat bones, and find yourself in a comfortable and supported position. You might want to take a moment to do a little body scan from the top of your head, just throughout your entire body, across your shoulders, down your arms, your heart space, diaphragm, hips and legs and knees and feet. See if there might be anything that's calling for your attention on this particular day so that you might give it to yourself. And find yourself in working order at the start of this marathon holiday season. Taking another big, deep breath. Allow for your thoughts, the busyness in the mind to still or slow. Should you find anything that needs your attention, just politely ask it to wait, in full recognition that you are connecting now with the infinite presence of God. What is mine to do? What is mine to create? How am I to be? That's the question we are pondering today. We are embarking on a new season. Lots of change. Lots of company, both welcomed and less desired, if we're honest. And so in this place, in their stillness of heart and mind, the place where we are clear and connected to the purest of our truth, let us memorize this feeling, this sensation, this room of Most High that we can visit again and again when we wonder what is ours to do. What is mine to give and mine to receive? Let us affirm that we are wide open to receive the message of clarity, inspiration, and direction. As we move into a moment of silence, again, what is mine to do? With the fullness of your individual recognition and the fullness of the truth principles we practice. We now expand our consciousness, and envelop those names and situations and circumstances that are on our prayer list. We see for ourselves as we do others, all unfolding for our highest and best. We affirm clarity. We affirm the power of will is active within our very being. We will be guided. We will know what to do. We will know how to be. In each and every idea, connection, conversation, and situation. So as you come back into your body more fully and into this space, bring with you that truth. Bring with you the openness and the expectation to be awed by the wonders that are in store for your life and all of those with whom you know and do not know. And so it is. Amen.
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And leave us not in temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory I know you all know this. Please sing along with us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I believe it's not too late. Together we can change the world. Together we can change the world. Together we can change the world. With our hands and with our hearts, we can dare to make a start. Together we can change the world. What if we spoke with one voice, knowing that we have a choice? Together we can change the world. Can't do it by myself, so I'm asking for your help. Together we can change the world. Sail past where it's been charted. Roll your sleeves up, let's get started. Together we can change the world. Together we can change the world. Change your mind and change your life. Set aside the fear and strife. Together we can change the world. When we open up our eyes, then we start to realize. Together we can change the world. Change your mind. Sail as a little dry myself, so I'm asking for your help. Together we can change the world. Change your mind. Sail past where it's been charted. Roll your sleeves up and let's get started. Together we can change the world. Change your mind. Can't do it by myself, so I'm asking for your help. Together we can change the world. Change your mind. Sail past where it's been charted. Roll your sleeves up and let's get started. Together we can change the world. Together we can change the world. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I believe it's not too late. Together we can change the world.
Have you ever waken up on a day and wish that you had a talent that someone else had? I think the world around me wishes I had your talent too, because I love to sing, and it's just no bueno unless I'm in the shower or driving alone down the speeding highway. So those of you who have joined since we first began today, again, my name is Reverend Maggie Alderman. I serve in Florida as a minister at large, and I serve as a senior leader for our Silent Unity ministry. And it is my pleasure to be in service with you all today. My last talk as a Florida resident before we move to fully embrace my role at Silent Unity. We are moving to Kansas City. So let's make it a good one. Today is the first Sunday of the month, and so we are going to move along with the new tradition for Unity of Melbourne. And our lesson today is out of the Little Red Hen. Who knows that story? Anyone? All right. Well, the title is From Grain to Glory, Manifesting Divine Potential Through Faith in Action. Who knew that a nursery story could ever be so deep? So as a refresher, the story goes like this. The little red hen was going about her day and in the barnyard found some grains of wheat. And she wanted to bake some bread with this grain of wheat. So she went to her 3 friends, the cat, the dog, and the duck, and asked them for their help from baking the grain, to planting the grain, to taking care of the grain, to harvesting the grain, to all of the bits to bring it about into wheat flour form. And all along the way, the cat, the pig, and the duck were just too busy. Will you help me plant the grain? No, it's too hot. Will you help me water the grain? No, I couldn't possibly. Will you help me harvest the grain and take it to threshing and turn it into flour so that we all might have bread? No, I have so many other things going on. I couldn't possibly spare any time for you. Imagine the feeling of going to your friends and each time asking a specific request to bring about your vision and being refused. At the end of the story, the little red hen bakes her bread, and the smells of this beautiful bread start to permeate the barnyard. And wouldn't you know, the cat, the dog, and the duck all come round wanting a little slice of bread. And she says, no, you didn't help a bit. The end. At face value, the Little Red Hen seems to be a story about ethic, work ethic, and fairness, doesn't it? I'm sure we've all been in our little red hen suit from time to time. I'll get to mine in a little bit. But today, my task and the journey we get to go on is to look at the little red hen and the story of the characters through the lens of metaphysics, the symbology and the lessons of divine creation that go into our role of manifesting the lives we expect to be living. When Reverend Vernels asked me or told me that this was the new tradition, and lucky me, I get to be here on the first Sunday, she said, I want you to start thinking about what you want to teach, what lesson, and give me a title. And I said, man, I don't need any time. I've wanted to do a story or a lesson on the story of the little red hen for quite some time. Usually it came about when someone else wasn't doing what I wanted them to do. When I wasn't getting the action or the reaction, and I felt frustrated or angry or even disappointed in the lack of action on someone else's part to bring about my vision. Ever been there? If only you would. We'd all be so much better off, and that may be true. That may be true. We'll get there too. I have been so steeped in that feeling that I've even adopted a little saying when I'm up on my hen house high horse, and I go like this. I say, you get what you get and you don't get upset because you didn't help. You get what you get and you don't get upset because you didn't help. Well, in Unity, we teach that life is a continuous process of co-creating with Spirit. And that's not a truth principle or a practice that rings true just for me, or just for Randy, or just for any single one of you. The truth is happening, and we are creating perpetually all the time, for as long as we find ourselves on the right side of the dirt. Our question as we move through this is, will we be willing to answer the call of divine inspiration? Will we be willing to acknowledge the call, the push, the pull of what we know we are created to do, how we are created to be? That meditation, ponder that. How am I to be in a time such as this? Because each of us, friends, is here to honor every divine idea, every divine inspiration that channels through us. And it is our work to nurture it, to water it, to take care of it, to see it made manifest in the 3D form. Are you with me? Did you hear me say it is our work? Not anyone else's work when I want them to come and bring about my vision. So the first thing we have to do is recognize when we have a divine idea. You know the feeling, right? You know, you have the aha moment in the shower, making bread, cooking dinner, watching TV. I don't know. But divine inspiration strikes. And sometimes it feels plausible. It feels like this is in my wheelhouse. I can totally do this. I got this. I know exactly when. I know exactly how. I know exactly where. No problem. If that were the truth for the little red hen, we wouldn't have a Sunday lesson today. What most of us more often do is find or feel that divine inspiration, that call into something new that is far outside of our comfort zone, and we get busy resisting. How often do you ignore the grains of wheat that you find just in your everyday environment? And how often do those nudges of divine ideas, sparks of inspiration, or calls that you know are from none other than the, with a capital T, source, that is God. The little red hen felt maybe like she couldn't take on her task. And we might find ourselves feeling in order with her. But the question is, will we step into our full potential? Are we willing to recognize, nurture, and create out of what seems to be so infinitesimally small? Once we get there, once we recognize it, we come into the mature step of co-creation with God. If we can acknowledge it and know that we are divinely inspired, we can also affirm we are not ever truly alone. That is the undercurrent of this whole story. When we recognize that we're not alone, when we recognize that we're called for a purpose, when we recognize that we're fully equipped in each now moment to bring forth what we're called to do, we are stepping into our divine power. Breathe that in. Know what your divine power feels like. It feels like, I see you, grain of sand. I see you, little wheat. I feel you, divine spark. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm ready. Use me. I am a divine vessel. So you may still be in that resistance, like the little red hen. I think she saw the spark. I think she knew what was possible with one grain of wheat. But because it felt so foreign, because it felt too big, I don't know if I could knead wheat with feathers, she went and asked for help. So you might be looking for help, for someone to justify, to reflect back to you that you can indeed do it. Maybe that's what the little red hen actually needed. She didn't need fur and feathers in her bread. Maybe she just needed someone, something greater than herself to affirm that she can do this. It was her calling. Yes? Her calling. So why do we have the duck, the dog, and the cat if the little red hen could just do it all on her own? Well, we're in the place of spiritual development and spiritual growth and putting our faith in action. So I went to go and see what metaphysical interpretation I could conjure for these characters in the story. And I came up with the cat symbolizing comfort and apathy. So you have a divine idea, you have your grain of wheat, and you go and you ask for help, and it's apathy. Nah. Meow, meow, meow. See, that's a cat for you. The dog represents old habits and attachments. Letting old dogs lie, right? The stories that we're attached to, the places that we are attached to, the things that keep us from moving forward, represented by the dog. And the duck, maybe my favorite, the voice of procrastination. Yeah, I'll get to it tomorrow. That divine spark came in today. It'll be a divine spark tomorrow. I have too much to do. I'll get there to do it when I have time, when I have energy, when I have desire. So putting yourself in the place of the little red hen, having a divine spark, and I guarantee each and every one of us is working on something right now. We're either working to bring it into manifestation or we're working to suppress it because we are scared. But we are dealing with our dogs and our cats and our ducks, are we not? Right? So this story invites us to just make peace with it. There you are, but you are an illusion. The story of apathy and the story of attachment is a story that belongs to someone who is a previous version of myself, you see. Today, me in this now moment on November 2nd, I am full of potential. I know exactly who I am and what I'm capable of. I simply need to release the need for comfort, the old limitation, the old doubt. I found myself wondering, where's the fourth character in this little red hen story? So I'm going to invite you to shout out your favorite barnyard character. Let's see if we can come to an accord. Who are we missing from the little red hen? Pig, cow. I raised pigs in high school. Let's go with the pig. The pig represents the naysayers. The pig represents the people who we take our dream, our vision, our idea to, and we're thoroughly excited. We're fully embodying our Christ capacity, which is unlimited. And they go, yeah, but didn't you try that back in 1998? You know, when I divorced my third husband, something. They are now projecting their story, their limitation, their false ideals into your dream. So we now need to look out for the dog, the cat, the duck, and the pig. These inner friends, they appear to us as just reasons and excuses and doubts that prevent us from investing fully into a new idea. But I have to appreciate the hen, because however they showed up and whatever it was that they were or will not willing to give her to bring about her vision, she continued step by step by step. And I recognized that the little red hen had an embodiment of spiritual tenacity, of grit that we need sometimes in order to bring about our highest good. So this is the place when we get to practice principle. We get to practice our practices in unity. This is when I would be in the affirmation of faith, you see. Each step, she didn't know. She'd never done this before. No one was helping her. Everyone said they were too busy. She couldn't do it. So how do we move through? Other than affirming faith. Faith enough in this moment. Faith to know that the right resources will be there when I need them. Faith to know that I know how to use Google and can figure out how to make some stinking bread. if that's what I'm called to do. So faith enough in every moment. I have faith enough in every moment. You want to say that together? I have faith enough in every moment. And that moves us into the harvest. If we have faith enough in every moment, that wheat will not wilt, and we need to go and harvest it. It's only halfway there. The little red hen, in her faith in action demonstration, shows us how we ultimately manifest our ideals, and further takes us into the unity practices and principles that tell us that when we receive an idea, we set an intention, and then we nurture the intention, and we don't need pigs, cats, ducks, or dogs. And now we're even more fully into our connection with Spirit. Now we're in the dark where we are allowing Spirit to guide us. The little red hen didn't have a flashlight. She couldn't see her way. She demonstrated for us faith in action. And from every step, from seed to harvest, she's deepening her spiritual growth, nurturing what I call the wisdom cycle. If you have faith enough to move from an idea through the process to manifestation, you develop a little swagger, a little wisdom to know, I've done that before. I'm wiser for having done that before. I know now to look for the ducks and the dogs, etc. I know that when I don't know, I affirm faith and have no excuse or reason to stop. It is moving through this that our faith deepens, and we recognize how truly innate our power is. Can you feel that? Can you feel how powerful you are? And are you in the full embodiment of that? Or are you mingling with the ducks, the pigs, the dogs, the cats? It's okay, whatever the answer may be. We all ebb and flow in every cycle that we generate through. But just get honest. Knock down the naysayers. Silence the old stories. And invest in the connection with the infinite, infinite source of Spirit. Finally, the little red hen bakes her bread. And this is a symbol of abundance. This is a symbol of all that is possible when we take the nudge and follow the steps. This loaf represents the fruit of dedication, inner work, and commitment. I think it might be a smidge fair that she didn't want to share. Go make your own stinking bread. I did this. But what we know and affirm in unity is that the abundance of Spirit is always present. There's always enough to go around. And what we say yes to, what we create, doesn't ever just benefit us. We have the ability, especially as unitics, to share truth, to share our vibration, to share the evidence of how Spirit works. And it's not magic. We got some skin in the game. We do what we need to do in order to strengthen and grow and deepen our connection to Source. That way, when it really gets tough, when the call is really, really big, you can lean into the cycle of faith and wisdom to know that you've been prepared. You've been prepared to come up higher and do more and shine brighter and envelop more people into a broader consciousness of all that God is. That I can get on board with. So you see, the little red hen did appear to be a story of ethic. But it's truly a spiritual parable of divine responsibility. So you may be pondering a really big question because we have a really big week ahead of us, the week that shall not be named. Your grain matters. The idea of you within you matters. No matter what it is, this is when we get to step out of the way. Your idea is your idea for the greatest good for many people, and I need not be concerned. Why? I'm tending my own field. I got my own grain, my own cats and dogs and ducks and pigs and family members and friends and church mates and people on the road that drive crazy. I've got my own things that want to pull me off task of creating what I'm called to do, the bread I'm called to make, so that I might feed the masses too. Let that sink in. It may have just been a children's story, but this divine responsibility gives us a blueprint for moving through inspiration, idea to manifestation for the greater good. The blueprint is, first, honor the idea. Don't get busy ignoring it. Get busy being curious about it. It's here for a reason. It's yours for a reason. It's never a conference call. It's you and God with your idea. So we honor the idea. 2, we face our resistance. Don't have to make it right or wrong. Just acknowledge that it's there, because it'll slink into the shadows and catch us off guard. Just acknowledge that it's there. And the third, and perhaps the place of our deepest work, is to continue to dedicate ourselves to Spirit, to what we know is right and true and good in our lives. So I invite you to ponder, what is your grain of wheat right now? You probably don't have to think very long. But is there a divine idea or inspiration that's calling for your attention? And is it the cats that are crying, the dogs that are barking, the ducks that are quacking, or the pigs that are oinking that have got you in a place of stall? Not moving forward, but just living rent-free in your brain space. I say that together in this space and with all of you online, that we can make the commitment to embrace our divine responsibility. That we get the opportunity with eyes wide open and consciousness broad-reaching, that we get to walk in partnership with Spirit. And through this partnership, we create not only a blessing for ourselves, but our community, our neighborhoods, and the world. We get to be the vehicle that expresses the allness and the goodness and the abundance of God in this world. So may we go forth today inspired by the little red hen, her journey, her friends, wink, and affirm that each of us has the power, the dedication, the faith enough to bring about our divine ideas into this world for its greatest good. And so it is.
Before we get into the blessing, Joseph, go ahead and put up the blessing slide. Thank you. I just learned before the service that Reverend Maggie is headed out to Unity Village. And this being her last speaking engagement in all of Florida, we want to take this time and honor you for blessing us. Would you please affirm the children's blessing and the blessing that we use in such instances as we say, Reverend Maggie, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ you are. Thank you. It's been my honor to have known or know Reverend Maggie for a couple of years now, and I'm kicking myself for not inviting her sooner to the church. But I'm so glad that we're able to do this. This is the time in our service where we acknowledge the blessings that Reverend Maggie was talking about. And we have two baskets here in the front for those who are new to our ministry. One appears to be empty, but it's an appearance only. The other is full, and it has words and affirmations of abundance. So we're manifesting that circle, that flow of as we give, we so receive. So I invite you in just a moment, while our musicians are singing God is My Source, to affirm that as the musicians sing. And come up and give your offering, your tithe, your love offering, your donation, and take an affirmation. Don't root through the basket. The one that you pick, the first one that you pick, not the seventh, not the eighth, the first one that you pick, is the one that is meant specifically for you. You may not realize it, just like the little red hen, at that particular moment, but it is for you. For those of you online, Joseph is posting a link to be able to donate online, and I would encourage you to do that today. We take checks, credit cards, the ACH transactions, and please, we can do all of this together by demonstrating our abundance, and we are so grateful. So please join me as we affirm together, divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate, and I am grateful.
God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. It's Jody at the piano today. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. We have Nick on the drums. God is my source. God is my power. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Let's sing together. I'm so grateful. Gratitude before me. Gratitude behind me. Gratitude to the left of me. Gratitude to the right of me. Gratitude above me. Gratitude below me. Gratitude within me. Gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. 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 I'm so grateful.
Wherever we go. Let's take a moment to bless these gifts and their givers with love and gratitude, affirming that we are in the flow of the divine circulation that puts us in alignment to receive always and in all ways our highest good. And so it is. Amen.
Thank you. Please be seated. A couple of announcements before we close today's service. We have been in the midst of 100 days of mindful practice. It's about holding that high watch during this election season. The telephone number that you see up on the screen, and for those of you online, you'll see it as well, 470-784-0250, and I believe it's also on the wall out front. They do a 2-minute prayerful reminder each day until Tuesday, and it's, again, about being mindful about what's going to happen on Tuesday. So I would encourage you to engage in that. It is an opportunity to really understand the truth, capital T, of who we are and what we are. Today being the first Sunday of the month, we are celebrating those who are having birthdays and anniversaries this month. And there are several cards out on the table in the foyer for some of the folks who are having birthdays, and we would invite you to take an opportunity and go ahead and sign the cards. There is, I understand, I think, cake and gluten-free options out there. No one's saying no, so I'm presuming that's going to be a yes, that those are out in the foyer, so please take an opportunity immediately following the service to eat sweets, especially if you didn't get enough on... If the kids took all the candy, by gosh, you got stuff here. And while you're in, and collectively we, out in the foyer, don't forget to feed the kitty. The kitty helps as well make things like the plates and the flatware available while we have the coffee as well, coffee and tea and the other things. A few other announcements. Qigong with Linda Boyd is Wednesdays at 1 o'clock. If you're not familiar, Qigong reduces stress, strengthens the immune system, increases energy, improves flexibility, balance, improves respiratory, circulatory, cardiovascular, and lymphatic functions. Refer to the acupuncture without needles. And I don't see Linda here today, but know that it's Wednesday at 1 o'clock in the light classroom. Maggie Roche, another one of our licensed Unity teachers, will be facilitating the 12 powers of Christmas. Not the 12 days of Christmas, the 12 powers of Christmas. Now, if you're not familiar, the 12 powers are ideas and concepts, and just look around on both sides of the walls, because you'll see the 12 powers, everything from strength, release, will, zeal, imagination, understanding, power, order, life, love, faith, and wisdom. Those are the 12 attributes of mankind that Unity co-founder Charles Fillmore identified with. So we're taking those concepts, those powers, those ideals, and mapping them, each of those 12, to Christmas. It's going to be offered on Tuesday daytime from 10 until noon here at the church, and on Wednesday evenings starting at 6:30 p.m. for those online, for virtual. So if you want to take the class, you want to do it during the daytime, it's 10 until noon here. But, I got a doctor's appointment on Tuesday, you're more than welcome to sit in on the Wednesday class. The same thing. So there's a sign-up sheet on the wet wall out in the foyer, so please take advantage of that. For those of you who are joining us online, Joseph, I'm affirming, has put the registration link, and we will make sure that that's available up on Facebook and on YouTube, so you can register for that class online. Coming up next Sunday, new member orientation. Again, Maggie Roche, licensed Unity teacher, is going to be facilitating that. If you have given any thought, any consideration, any inkling about wanting to know more about Unity, and you might be interested in taking that awareness, that understanding to become an actual member of Unity of Melbourne. You don't have to be a member, but as long as your spiritual development continues, new member orientation is one of the ways that you can do that. That's going to be next Sunday. It's about a 90-minute class, and there's going to be things about history of Unity. It's a good refresher, quite honestly. If you've been in Unity for 6 months, 2 years, 30 years, you always pick up something new, and you learn from others, from other people's questions about Unity teachings and Unity principles. So it's an idea for that as well. So take advantage of that. There is no charge, so that is available. The Board of Trustees is inviting everyone to a special day at the Brevard Museum of History and Natural Science, Saturday, November the 16th, from 10 a.m. until 1:30 p.m. This Museum of History and Natural Science chronicles the history and science of Brevard County and the state of Florida from the Ice Age all the way to the Space Age. There is a sign-up sheet out on the wet wall itself, and you can find out more information about that. Thanksgiving potluck is the third Sunday of the month, and there's going to be just a little bit of a change in that the ministry is going to be providing turkey and ham, and we're going to be relying on everyone else who comes to bring a favorite holiday side and dessert. So I just want to make sure, so if you don't sign up early, if you've got the best sweet potato casserole this side of the Florida-Georgia border, then you better be the first one online to make sure of that. And if we have two of the best in Brevard County, we are abundant. We are abundant. There is also supposed to be a pie contest. Pie? And we're in need of people to bake the pies, bring them, and also a couple of judges who really have a hankering for pie. Now, I also understand that the link to the potluck is in the newsletter. How many of you are signed up for our newsletter? Those of you who are not raising your hand, why not? What I would invite you to do is there's a QR code on the what wall to sign up for it online, or you can see Terry, who will take your name and she will add you to the newsletter mailing subscription list. There is only one e-news that comes out a week. We don't sell the information, so it's just one time a week, and you get all the information on how to do that as well. The last thing that I have, I believe, is we're going to start something new here on Saturday the 21st. It's called Blue Christmas. Now, Blue Christmas is typically done in a number of denominations, not just Unity, not just Presbyterians, Catholics, and it's usually around the longest day of the year, and that'll be this year. It is Saturday the 21st. Blue Christmas is helping those who are struggling to get through the holiday season. Might be difficult in finding joy, might be hard to find hope in the holiday season. Perhaps maybe a loved one has transitioned. Maybe you're just experiencing situations that are troublesome. This 40-minute Blue Christmas ritual is intended to provide that safe container and safe space for acknowledging the feelings and the physical facts while affirming the truth of our being and the presence of the holy. Now, you'll see that it says afternoon or evening. I'd like to just take a real quick poll because my wife Barbara and I have had a conversation for yesterday afternoon for over an hour of trying to decide afternoon, evening. And both of us could make a case for either one. It's not up to us. I'd like to understand, as we're planning for this service, what time. We're looking at potentially 3 o'clock in the afternoon before it gets dark, or 6:30 in the evening. Now, we do know there are a number of congregants that don't like driving at night. Absolutely get that, understand. So could I see a show of hands? And please, if you're online, please give us an afternoon or evening in the chat stream. How many of you would like to see this during the afternoon? How many of you in the evening? Okay. Thank you very much. That will give us an idea so that now I can go ahead and create the flyer so we can get it in that newsletter. And here's a little incentive. To learn more about when that time is going to be, sign up for the newsletter. All right. It is now time to remind you that we do have prayer chaplains here into the sanctuary. We have a space in the back, to my left, your right in the back, that our prayer chaplains will be available to meet with you after the worship service, or if you are in need of immediate prayer. For those of you online, if you are needing prayer, we have two options for you. There is an online prayer request that Joseph is posting the link to that you can fill out, and that prayer request will be prayed for by our prayer chaplains for the next 30 days and sent off to Silent Unity. There's also, you can call Silent Unity 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and prayer chaplains, prayer associates will be available to pray with you. If you are just wanting to write down a prayer request, we have prayer requests on the table, and you can put them in the prayer box as well. So know that they are there. I would invite you now to please stand if you are able as we close today's service with our prayer for protection. As we say together, the light of God surrounds me, the love of God enfolds me, the power of God protects me, the presence of God watches over me, the mind of God guides me, The life of God flows through me. The laws of God direct me. The power of God abides within me. The joy of God uplifts me. The strength of God renews me. The beauty of God inspires me. Wherever I am, God is. And please remain standing as we close out today's service with the peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as our Father, brothers all are we. Let me walk with my brother in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my song of vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Yep, I'm off.